turn my back, you laughing.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. We're going to 54 wires. Flare. Tighten up. Check the backer. Check 13.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
44's the mic. Check.
From the 24, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Prescott. He'll buy some time right. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive. Pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right? 52.
Prescott from the gun. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy...
And he's going to go down again. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Tack McKinley racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Take it at the 37. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Ready up. Mike 5-4. Take 3. 218. Chop. 5.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
How about that run? Picks up a 1st down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Switch it. Under 10. Check nickel. Check that.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Back. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Joker. 49. Check 49. Ready?
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check hot route.
2nd and 6. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snug?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
He's checking. Crash. Leo. Quick. Showing it. 36.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Rock it.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
44, Mike, 44. Henry. Let's go, let's bring it.
Fofo's to Mike. Mike's Fofo.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Check. Here we go. Go to 54. Line 8. Sweat. Hey.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
27.
On 2nd and 15 now. Prescott, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mike, 44. Go. Go. We're going to 53.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
A first down throw for Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Move. Alert, alert. 3 down.
Throwing again, Prescott on second and 10. And he's got room. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis? Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I know a retirement ceremony is a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. A 10th carry for Kamara. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
I don't even know why this team showed up. No. Greystone, Travis.
2nd and 3. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Gun.
The drive will commence with a run by Nixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott. It's complete to Hopkins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Prescott. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. They'll run on first down. Nixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
And some room to run now. A big play there on the option. 49 yards on the ground. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Again, it's Kamara. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He finds Hopkins complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
Here we go. 18 Gators.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check curls. Look at me. Go.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Watch the pass. Here we go. Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Please.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Prescott. It's caught. Cooper. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Prescott to throw on 4th. And a catch made by Hopkins. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Prescott now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Kill.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Check. Know your job.
Back to it after the pick six. Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. There he goes left side. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is down to 24. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10. At their
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Alvin Kamara, 70 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided? And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
60 out more.
Brings up second and 2.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
15 line. Leo. Now.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, You wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try and turn things around next week as